Good evening, my name is Emily, and today we are going to be talking about the importance of keystone species, and more specifically, the species that are endangered. So, first of all, what is a keystone species? A keystone species would be any species that has a disproportionately large effect on its environment and the other species within it, and that would be disproportionate to its abundance. They play critical roles in maintaining the structure of their ecological community, and it doesn't have to be a large predator where they're at the top of the food chain and it's like wolves or bears or something like that. It could be like trees or starfish or hummingbirds or anything of that nature. So what would be some examples of keystone species? There are African elephants, bees, beavers, prairie dogs. There's like wolves, sea otters, starfish, the list goes on. A keystone species is relevant to its ecosystem that it is within. Just because it's keystone to one ecosystem does not mean that it is keystone to every environment that it is in. So why are keystone species important? They're important because they maintain ecosystems and biodiversity, and they also prevent trophic cascades, which trophic cascades are basically triggered by the addition of or removal of a keystone species within an environment, and it results in drastic changes between the predator and prey ratios and populations throughout the food chain, which in turn, it dramatically changes the ecosystem structure and the nutrient cycling within that ecosystem. So there have been several studies done that show what the effects are of an ecosystem what the effects on an ecosystem are whenever a keystone species is removed. For instance, the first study of this was done in 1966 with Robert Payne, and it was whenever he removed starfish from their natural environment. And what ended up happening was that the starfish were controlling the populations of the other species within, and whenever they were removed, the mussels ended up overtaking the rock where the study was done, and it ended up pushing out other species such as barnacles, limpets, chittens, sponges, and several others. And it was after this study was complete, it was found that 7 of the original 15 species residing on that rock had disappeared. As well as this, sea otters. It was found that whenever sea otters were removed from their natural ecosystem, it led to an increase in sea urchins, which led to the disappearance of kelp beds, and kelp beds are recognized as one of the most dynamic and productive ecosystems on Earth, and they're home to countless other species. And this resulted in like changes in wave action as well as many other things. And then one of the most prominent issues today would be the effects of wolves on ecosystems, especially in the United States. And so it's been found through studies that whenever wolves are removed from an ecosystem, the next predator in line to take their place are coyotes. And so because coyotes are a smaller predator than the wolves and their hunting patterns are different, the coyotes are more likely to go for livestock prey that are easier prey to achieve, which in turn leads to higher levels of livestock depredation with farmers. And as well as this, because they don't hunt larger prey, it leads to an increase in the elk population and decreases within populations of smaller animals such as beavers and foxes. And whenever the population of beavers decreases, it also leads to a lack of dams, and dams provide habitats for many different species of plants and animals. And then the increased elk population leads to overgrazing, which in turn leads to higher erosion rates and riverbeds now becoming wetlands and things such as that. And so It was found with Yellowstone whenever wolves were reintroduced into that population, that the um, the environment, like, there's a drastic change within the environment. And so, as we can see through these pictures, the vegetation growth improved a lot, and because the elks were no longer overgrazing, which this can also be seen in these pictures as well, where you can see from 2006 the guy is standing at the same pole as he is in 2010. The 4-year difference is drastic. We can also see on this side, if we look at pictures E and F, the difference between the riverbeds themselves, just from reintroducing the wolf population, which then brought back down the elk population, which was skyrocketing, and also brought back down the coyote population, which allowed other species to then begin to flourish again. So we can see from this that keystone species are vital to ecosystems and biodiversity and biomes throughout the world, and that the removal of them, or even like not fighting for the ones that are endangered, is something that would have a long-term lasting negative impact on pretty much every species that we know today.